Hello and welcome to Watchwise. If this is the first time you are tuning in with us, what we do here is watch reviews, general information, tips and advice, and try share some watch wisdom, I guess. So if that's what you're into, make sure you have hit that subscribe button. And please do make sure you leave a comment also. Yes, I'm talking to you. And the reason is because I like to know what feedback you have, whether it be or your opinions on whether it be the watches themselves or the content we do or what you'd like to see. So I do read every single comment, whether it be the good, the bad or the ugly, if you come to mind. But honestly, thank you for everyone that does leave a comment, because it helps us interact and also helps the channel get better. So make sure to do so, because we're interested to hear what you want to say. Today what we're going to do is a review of the SBGC 231 and the SBGA 403. These are two Spring Drive 20th year anniversary pieces that came out at Basel this year. The 403, which is a non-chronograph version, is a sample piece. I just want to make that clear, because we do get samples before the general release, and I'd like to share images and clips of these earlier than possible. So hopefully that's okay. However, the chronograph version is a genuine stock piece, so we can get some clips of the spring drive movement on the dial, along with the incredibly beautiful movement through the case back. Both of these watches have been inspired by the lion. Other than being one of my favorite animals, I think lions are really cool. The reason for this is because the Grand Seikos were made to be the king of watches by the engineers and designers from day one in 1960. So a lion has always been kind of a logo for Grand Seiko since then, because they want to be the king of watches. Seiko, or Grand Seiko, have done a really nice video to promote this watch, so no credit for us, but I want to show you this video because it's kind of a real cool tie-in and a great way to start this review. So let's jump into that. So I'm sure, well, I hope you all agree that that was a pretty nice intro video with the lion on there. The way that these watches are inspired by the lion are, they have a brand new style case shape and have very sharp lugs that make the watch sit very tightly against the wrist. And the other main inspiration from the lion is the actual dial styles. So the dials have been inspired by that kind of majestic lion's mane, and they are very stunning dials. But to start on the case that we just mentioned, these are made of high intensity titanium, and coming round onto the bezels on these pieces, they are made of sapphire crystal. I suppose I wasn't too sure of what to think about these kind of case shapes when I first saw images of them, but having tried it on the wrist, they do sit really nicely, and it is really nice to bring a new concept of case shape to the range. Obviously there's a chronograph version and the non-chronograph version. They're both 44.5 millimeter case size, but the chronograph is 2.5 millimeter thicker because of that more complicated movement inside. On the chronograph version, you have a much busier dial on top of that beautiful lion mane inspired coloured dial. I have been told that the dial colour on these differs very slightly. I'll let you be the judge of that because I'm actually colorblind and I hadn't actually noticed myself when I'd seen them side by side previously. Either way, that textured pattern on them gives them like a real different element to the dials that I haven't seen before on different Grand Seiko pieces. And with the loom and the multifaceted watch hands, it gives lots of dimension and lots going on those dials. The non-chronograph version is obviously very clean, whereas the chronograph version is much busier, as it's got chronograph function, it's got power reserve on there, and it's got the GMT. I'm kind of in two minds as to which one of the two I prefer. I did think the non-chronograph version, but knowing the complication that goes into a spring drive chronograph GMT, and being an owner of the SBGC 201, which is a similar functioning watch, I can really appreciate this watch. So let me know what you think out of the two. So having mentioned the chronograph GS that I have, one thing that I know some people have reservations about with that is the size of the pushers. So it's nice to see on this one that the pushers are smaller and they actually feel really nice because they're curved and ridged, so they feel very comfortable to actually use for functional reasons. And they have that really beautiful click function. I guess this is the kind of thing you have to feel and try out yourself if you get a chance to see it in an authorized dealership. Turning the watch over, you get to see that beautiful movement, and especially the chronograph movements in GS. I absolutely love these, being able to see through the open case back the movement within this. I think it's absolutely stunning. And on the oscillating weight, you also have a yellow gold Grand Seiko lion on there to represent for that Grand Seiko lion. Okay, so I think we will leave it there for the Grand Seiko Lion main inspired watches. I personally really love that they're bringing out these new collections and styles into the current range, and we're seeing something different coming through. These in particular, with that new case style and shape and the Zaratsu finish and that sapphire bezel, I find picks up on the light and plays with the light really well. And the dials speak for themselves, and as we said, lions are cool. So let me know what you think, and we'll see you in the next video.